Hey, loved ones. So today is part 2 of online dating journey. By the way, I'm gonna be laughing a lot. So people who are annoyed by my laugh, I suggest you don't watch this video. I'm gonna read not all of your comments, but I'm gonna read some comments and reply before I go ahead and tell you the juicy, juicy story of the second online dating that I had. I think that's about it. Yeah, don't watch. If my laugh is really annoys you, don't laugh because it's triggering some wounds in you. Because I laugh. This woman was like, "Oh, your laugh is so annoying," and I was like, "I blocked her. I did her a favor." She has a choice to block me, not to watch me. I didn't block her. You're welcome. I hope you're not watching. But I want to thank Thomas Lee for. I love a man's perspective on the marriage video that I did. And the one comment that stood out for me was Thomas Lee's. He listed all the requirements and I loved it, but I felt like it was a little too much for me. I mean, if it's for you, if it's your requirement, I love it. But the part that I didn't agree with was like, oh, they have to go to church. I don't believe in people who go to church are, you know, you know what I'm talking about, into Jesus. I don't, and I don't go to church. But if someone says like, oh, you don't go to church, so I don't want to marry you, I respect that. But I have my own reasons why I don't go to church. I can explain it to you if you want. I did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of people that I trust that knows the Bible. You know, a lot of people translate the Bible how they want. I've had a lot of debates with my cousins. I love you, cousins. They go to church, but I don't, and they've been trying to make me go to church, and not successful yet. Your sister's stubborn. Because I didn't start following Jesus because I was scared to go to hell. No, he took me out of hell. He gave me freedom. So on my last video, I talked about, I asked, not on my last video, on a post. Do you guys remember I asked you, what do you think is more than love? And a lot of people say there's nothing more than love. But in my opinion, freedom is more than love. If somebody is scaring me like, oh, if you don't do this, you go into hell. If you don't do this, you do this punishment, I don't respond well. No. But if you give me freedom, I can wash your feet. That's me. You could call me stubborn. You could do whatever you want. So I don't really fall for the scare tactics. And there might be people that do. So, oh no, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. If you, I mean, it is true. If you sleep around, I mean, Jesus already came and saved me, right? And he died for me out of love. But the best part was the resurrection, the freedom. That's when I start following him with my eyes closed and my heart open. So now the most difficult things that used to be for me are not difficult, like staying, abstinent from sex. It was really difficult for me before. When they say like, oh, you're going to hell if you don't do this. But now I do it with freedom. Freedom makes me do a lot of things that are unthinkable, but good for me. That's what I'm saying. So if you want to try to convince me about going to church, I'm just saying you're not going to be successful. But you can comment, it's fine. Okay, the next one is Fitzum. Fitzum commented, I love you, Fitzum, yeah. Fitzum commented on the question that you got, that somebody asked if she could marry a Muslim person, and I said, I answered it if it was me. I'm answering all of this because I know it's gonna be valuable tip for you guys. I know you guys are waiting for the online story, which I'm gonna tell you, but gotta listen to this too, or you can fast forward it. I don't know. I listened to like 2 hours video of people talking. If I see their channel is really valuable to me, you know what's playing us is the short attention span. Like we click 1 minute, 1 minute, we want it quick, we want it quick. So we're missing out a lot of information. So if you're like a quick person, get to the point kind of stuff, this channel is not for you. I'm just saying. Anyway, Fitzum. I love you, Fitzum. My brother. So you said that if it was me, I would have told her no, and that's not my style. Like I said, I am kind of stubborn. If you tell me no, I probably would do it. Not now, though. I think I'm mature now. I don't go by people's yes or no. Haters don't motivate me, and only love can motivate me. So I see people the way I am. So that's why I tell her if it was me, I wouldn't marry him. Okay, if it's me, even if it was my kid, and they are 21 and above, and they want to get married to a Muslim, I wouldn't say no. I would tell them first. I would teach them about Jesus in the way that is more of a freedom and love. So I don't say no, don't do it, don't know. I want people to learn from their mistake. That's me. So I don't say no. Is it a sin? Is it bad? Yeah, it is. So that's the difference between you and me. But if that's the way you do it, kudos to you. And I love you. And Muna Ye said, Muna, a grateful soul. She said that she washes her grandpa's feet. I love that. That comment warmed my heart. And then Yemi, I think Yemi will die. I received it beautiful. I received your blessing. You know what you said, and I received it in Jesus' name. Amen. And I prayed for you. I prayed for you too, Mama. Derek Embry, thank you. And then Mimi Casa. Mimi Casa asked, I didn't tell you guys what happened after I washed their feet. I only said that they changed, right? So Mimi Casa was wondering, she said, what happened after you washed their feet? Well, I just told her, let's just say they wanted me to wash their girlfriend's feet too. And yeah, energy sucking vampires, that's what I call them, because the more you do, if they're more demanding, that is the power hungry, the energy sucking vampire, devil's energy. Because the more the Lord gives to us is the more we thank him, right? And the same with people. The more they give us, the more we thank them, not, try to take. So they don't really tell me to wash their girlfriend's feet. It's just a metaphor that I use, but that's how they treat me. They treat me like I wasn't even a person. So that's why I said wash feet, because Jesus was here to show us in action. And I think it's John 13:7. Y'all, if I quote it wrong, don't. But anyway, yeah. He said, you don't know what I'm doing right now, but you would know. So when you get that, he was washing feet when he was doing that, and they were refusing, right? And unless you experience it in action, somebody try to wash your feet, somebody you don't know, especially if you believe in hierarchy, right? Somebody's better than you, somebody's less than you. If you think somebody's better than you, and you think somebody's less than you, but we're all equal, right? If a street person, like a person who lives on the street, comes and try to wash your feet, oh, you're gonna say probably want money, right? But if the president or like Oprah comes to wash your feet, you will be like, oh, what's going on? So how we respond to people's goodness is from what's inside us. So that's why I was tasting them in action. So the true color of a person, the true color of people, you know when you are innocent, or like you can act innocent, which is with wisdom. You know what the heck is going on, but you just shut up and let them fall. You know what I mean? Just like Jesus, like he could have destroyed them, right? But he didn't. He was so humble, he was patient. And why do you think that Jesus is more mocked than any other religion? Why do you think that? People mock Jesus, right? Left and right. uh, but they pay for it. So the more nice you are, the more down to earth you are, people want to walk all over you. So you're trying to eliminate those kind of people in your life, right? The ones that appreciate the sun more than diamond, right? So yeah, that is my explanation to you, Mimi, because I saw you were sad about it, but don't be sad. When you're sad is how you're sad is like when you don't know Jesus, you'll be sad because you would think that they took advantage of me, but no. No, Jesus is gonna pay it. Oh yeah, they're gonna pay. just just sit down and watch. Yeah, try being humble in front of people. That's how you know the true color of people. If you're trying to be really playing smarty ass, then they probably be attracted to you. If you're like so not available, all the games that the relationship gurus tell you to, that is igniting the animal instinct, which is the amygdala. But we have consciousness. So if you're looking for that kind of person, conscious person, awakened person, then you got to be down to earth. Why did they crucify Jesus? He could have destroyed them, right? But he was showing us, you guys, the way to live. So yeah, that is it. So let's move on to my leg is sleeping, you guys. I didn't work out today, but I was gardening, so it is sleeping. I don't work out. My board is showing a little bit. But anyway, okay, let's move on to online dating. I tried to find the inboxes that we exchanged with the guy with the online dating, but I couldn't find it. I think he blocked me. He blocked me. So what happened was we started talking. And don't forget to comment about everything that I said, and we can discuss about it on the next video. I love and appreciate your comments. Okay. Yeah, I do love appreciate your comments, unless they're like you you know what I mean, that kind of comment. I would just block you because I am not Jesus, right? So anyway, so this guy, we start talking online dating. I'm not going to tell you which online that I am doing the dating, but it was online dating. So we started talking, and his profile says he's spiritual, right? So for me, a person going to church or not is not on my list. Okay, a person who memorizes the Bible is not on my list. knowing Jesus is all about action. It might be including going to church, but for me, it's not. And like I said earlier, if somebody comes and says like, oh, she doesn't go to church, so I don't want her, I really respect that, because they know what they want, right? So it says spiritual, and he said hi. I might not remember the whole conversation. It's been a little bit, but I'm going to tell you the things that had me, you know, go on a date with him. So he was like, he's spiritual. He said he believes in Jesus. So his theology was matching mine. Like, even before I asked him, he was telling me stuff. And then the one thing that stood out for me was he said he doesn't care about leaving a legacy, right? A man saying that. Whew. A man saying, I'm just a nobody, trying to tell everybody all about somebody who saved my soul. It wasn't the song though. I was trying to sing the other one, the other song. I don't care if they remember me. I don't want to leave a legacy. There's only one name to be remembered, and that's Jesus. So a person who doesn't care about a legacy is not hungry for money, is not hungry for fame, is not hungry to have babies, is not hungry to get married, is not hungry to stay single. You know what I mean? He doesn't idolize all the extra stuff. That's the way I take it. So he said he doesn't want to leave a legacy, because a lot of men, when I meet them, they're like, oh, I want to leave a legacy. But there's already a legend. Jesus, if I die, I want people to remember me as the sinful woman, the Samaritan woman, the woman who had 5 husbands and the 6th wasn't hers. And Jesus gave her living water, and she's happy ever after. I love, I love it if people remember me like that. Yeah, I don't want to have a building. That's probably why I stopped reading my book, you guys. I mean, I didn't stop reading my book. I stopped writing my book. Remember, if you've been here for a really long time, you guys would remember that I was going to publish a book like 12, 13, maybe more years ago. I did post about it. So, but now I'm rethinking it, because it's not about leaving a legacy. It's about inspiring people, which I'm doing a video, so I might publish a book. I don't know. But that was the thing that attracted me to him. And I'm like, whew. I even texted him. I said, you're different. And he said, oh, I want to know more about you. And I said, okay, I want to know more about you too. And I'm not scared to express my feeling. I don't shy down. If I'm interested, I am interested. I don't play hard to get. I already know I'm hard to get. So why would I want to play hard to get? Then we start talking on the phone. He said, give me your phone number, but I don't want to pressure you to give me your phone number. So he's really caring. But I'm not a softie like that. If he asks me for my number, if I really believe in it, I give it to him. So I told him I'm not scared. So here's my number. Because it's online dating. Why are we there to talk? And the more, like, the sooner you talk on the phone or the sooner you meet, the sooner you know. So yeah. So I gave him my number, and then he called me. We started talking. I think we talked about for like 3 hours the first day, maybe more. It was so interesting. You guys. He is an engineer. He's not Ethiopian, by the way. And he is an engineer, some company senior or something. And he's really good. So he started talking about spirituality, about life, about everything. But he said that he's still looking for peace. So you guys, I forgot to tell you, after he said he is looking for peace, I told him that a woman cannot give you peace. That's a burden, you guys, because he already has to find it. I told him you already have to find it in Jesus. Otherwise, he's going to make you use Jesus. And I'm just saying. And then the other thing that I forgot to mention is towards the end, we were talking and I said, I am looking for a man who loves Jesus more than me. And his response was, you're not going to get jealous? I was like, okay, right, red flag. That he said that he's not here for a legacy, but then again, he's competing. He thinks that I'm competing with Jesus. People see you the way they are, right? So who the heck am I to compete? I mean, it's the benefit is for me if a man loves Jesus more than me. You know, like it's not like a lot of people tell you like, oh, how a woman should be treated and stuff. No, Jesus loves, adores his daughters. So he was telling, if you read what Paul wrote till the end, they don't tell you until the end how a man should be. But the benefit is for you if a man loves Jesus more than you. That means you're not going to be his Jesus. That means you're not required to be a sacrifice for him. He's going to be so dependent on you for his happiness, for his peace. And that is trying to carry Jesus' cross. And no one can carry Jesus' cross. Not a woman, not a man. We have to carry our own. So my requirement is now, I used to say like, oh, I can help him find Jesus, that the missionary stuff that I told you. That is not good. But anyway, this is an insert after I finish recorded the video, but let's get back to the other video. This is what I wanted to insert. So it's a devil's energy. Competing for love with Jesus. If someone loves Jesus more than you, it's a benefit. Okay, let me shut up. We talked for like probably a week because he wanted to meet soon. And I said, no, we have to wait at least a week. Let's talk on the phone because I want to know what he is about. So we start talking on the phone, you know, and then we say, let's have lunch. Okay. And then we had lunch and I offered to pay, but he said, oh no, my manhood wouldn't allow me or something. I wish he didn't put it that way. Although I appreciate it. It's not about who's paying what for me. I don't mind paying. You know what I mean? A lot of men think that leadership is money. Like it is annoying. That's not. It's not. Money doesn't really give you the power that you don't have. The divine, the Holy Spirit does. And money is just a tool. So if a woman makes more, it's okay for her to pay for you, but don't take it for granted. That's my thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys okay paying for the first day? I'm okay. It's not. Let him take the money. Money comes. Money is easy to get. What's not easy to get is that honest mirror. Ugh, that's not easy to get. Getting married is so easy. Staying married is not. Staying married in peace is not. You know what I mean? So money shouldn't be an issue. Who pays first? That's my manhood. That's why my womanhood. That's my. I mean, this is 21st century, you guys. We can all make money. Leadership is not about that. Leadership about being like Jesus, getting ready to sacrifice your life, but I don't want my man to sacrifice life for me. No. I don't want my man to die for me. I want him to live for me, because Jesus already died for me. I hope it makes sense, you guys. So that was kind of a red flag, but because he thought that it is a mess that he had to pay. I love the gesture, but it is not required. But I appreciate it. For example, like if he opened the door for me, it wasn't required. Back in the days, though, I used to require it, but now it's not required. But he did open the door. That was a beautiful gesture. I loved it. It wasn't required, but it was appreciated. I appreciated it so much, you know. And then what happened was we before we go to lunch though, we just went to the park. And at first, the way he was sitting with me was, I jumped to the lunch, right? I didn't write any notes. I should have, but anyway, we sat, and then his face was right here, and he was talking to me. He was so into me. What I was into him too, but I was aware of the brain chemicals, the serotonin, and jump in, right? Because I learned my lesson from past relationship. Remember, I told you guys. So it was beautiful. It was cute. And then I did not tell him what I do though for work until we talked a little bit. Then one thing led to another. I just said I'm a personal coach. And then after we talked a little bit, the second thing that was really alarming for me was we talked for a little bit, and then I told him my Facebook and stuff. And then I think he saw my Facebook, and he was like, "Oh, I'm talking to a legend. You have like about 500,000 followers. Oh my God, you didn't tell me until now. You're so humble. You're like this." I'm like, why the way he put me like up there? I was like, I want to be treated like human. You know what I mean? It's not a big of a deal. So this is my thing. It's not that I used to not think like that. I did, but I changed. And I don't see famous people as what is legend? Legend, hero to me is Jesus Christ. All of us, all the other people are just people. That's why I come like as I am a lot. Like you see my hair, sometimes you see me in dirt. I just want to tell people that I am human, just like you, just a normal person. Maybe I'm more sinful than you are. Maybe I'm lazy than you are. I'm here to tell you that you can do what I did. And then you guys motivate me in a lot of ways. So it took me a while to get rid of that mindset, that like flying higher to be like, equal equal to God. So I don't want anybody to be where I was and then trying to bring them to where I am. I want somebody to think like, okay, that's why I don't celebrate 100,000 followers, 200,000 followers, 300,000 followers. I don't celebrate that. Celebration to me is every day I am breathing. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate it though. I appreciate all the blessing. I appreciate all of you. Does it make sense, you guys? So even I was writing a letter there was like some company, organic company, that they were. I'm gonna finish the story. Hold on, let me tell you this. Organic stuff that they were promoting. So they asked me to write them a letter. They want to collaborate with me because I do flower, organic stuff. That's what I promote here, healthy living, right? So they were telling me to write a letter, and then I had someone write the letter for me. And then when I see, you have to include your social media stuff. So it says more than 500,000 followers. So I deleted the follower part. I said fans. Yeah, it annoys the heck out of me. I'm not being humble. I'm just telling you the truth. It's not good for me either. So if I'm going out on a date with someone and he's focusing on that, then he's interested in that, not me. My soul doesn't have money. My soul is not famous. Well, it's famous because the highest high knows it. God knows me. But so is everybody. So I trained myself. I tried to program myself that I'm one drop in the ocean for a very long time. And I don't want to go back there. And I see what I do understand where he was coming from, though, because that's how we are programmed since in school. But for example, like if he was a doctor, I wouldn't respect him more than if he was a farmer. You know, to each their own. I hope it makes sense what I'm saying to you, right? So yeah, that. And then he said he's a spiritual, but he doesn't go to church, and that wasn't a problem with me. So we went on a date, we ate, and then he paid. I appreciated it. And then the next day he was going to somewhere. He was going somewhere near where I live. And then I told him, oh, you can stop by and say hi. So I was making pasta. And then when he come to say hi, I put him in lunchbox and we went to the park to talk. So we went to the park to talk, and I gave him the pasta. And he really, really appreciated it. But if it was like on a normal dating stuff, this was doing too much, right? Oh, you're playing a wife when you're a girlfriend. When you're just dating, you're not even a girlfriend, you're playing a wife. No, I want to show him who I am. I treat people the way I am, not the way they are. And I don't want to, this is not a job, you guys. This is the rest of your life. So this is how I am. For my man, let alone for my man, I love to cook for anybody. And that is my love language. So I would have done it for anybody. So, but anyway, and then I asked him, we were talking a lot. So I asked him what his ideas of gifts are. I love to talk about exes. So I hope you guys are getting something out of this, out of my craziness. So I asked him about what his gift ideas were. I didn't really ask him like directly, but I know how to talk to I know how to talk to get the things that I want to know. Yeah, sometimes regret reading psychology books, but boy, oh boy, yeah. They're good. But yeah, anyway, so his gift ideas are he was just telling me, okay, what did you give her? Or like, I was just asking. Listen, you guys, always listen with an open heart. So he was telling me that he gives money in an envelope. So so I told him, if it's my birthday and you give me money in an envelope, you're a dead man. I didn't say that. I did. And then I'm being honest. You can, so let's just say you were busy. This is to my future husband. Listen, let's just say you were busy And you forgot about my birthday. I sometimes forget about my birthday too. Every day is my birthday, you guys. Thank you, Jesus. So I forget holidays. I celebrate every single day. But if you remember my birthday, it's extra. It's appreciated. But it's not required. Do it to make you happy. I cook for people to make me happy. It makes me happy. So if it's my birthday, dear future hubby, if it's my birthday and if it's my birthday and then you forget it is my birthday, you can just, and you're at the door and just remember that it was my birthday, you forget and you're like, oh shit. And you can just, there's a tree, there's always going to be a tree in our house, so you can just take a leaf out of the tree and then give me and say, I forgot it was your birthday and I just remembered at the door, so here is a green leaf because I love you so much. And that is the biggest birthday gift ever, because honesty, there's honesty in there, you guys. Don't require people to be perfect because they're not perfect. Because I don't even remember my own birthday. So honesty, that's the biggest birthday gift to me, more like than the diamond that anybody could give me. Right? So anyway, he said that, and I said, I'm gonna kill you if you give me money in an envelope. Is that a gift, you guys? I don't know. Not for me. Not for me. I would appreciate if he made something handmade, like a table, but he bought the stuffs and then he made it himself. I don't care if it's crooked or if it's, but I made it with my hand. I took some time doing it. I know, even the money, he took some time making it, but I don't know, there's something. So that was a kind of turn up for me. But he said that I was right. When you're honest people, when you're honest with people, when they're honest with me, there might be something that I should change me, right? And then there might be something that they would. The most deal breaker is not connected to Jesus for me, and he wasn't really connected to Jesus. He was just faking it, right? Because I tested him by being vulnerable, available, and I can see that it was kind of a turn off for him, you know, because we were talking about marriage. At first, he was like, "Oh my God, my parents are gonna be thrilled to meet you." And if a man says that on the first week, 2 weeks of your date, run for your life, because he's waiting to sleep with you. Let me tell you something. If he's like, "Oh, my parents are gonna be so happy to meet you," and stuff, no, 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 no. He's getting you ready for a bed. So I'm gonna tell you what saved me. He has a lot of qualities, but it wasn't for me. I heard someone say, she is a wife, but she's not my wife. So he was a husband for somebody, but he wasn't my husband. But anyway, fast forward, and then we talked about the marriage and stuff, right? So he said, "Oh, it's gonna be, if I have it's gonna be a big wedding." No, I don't give a shit about wedding. I told him that. He probably thinks, "Oh, this woman has a masculine energy," because a lot of women went wedding. I don't. I'm not gonna do it to make anybody happy. I don't care about wedding. But if my husband really, really wants it and he is what I want, I might make an exception. So I told him I don't care about wedding. I care about the marriage part. So whenever we eat and stuff, I hold his hand and he start to eat, but I want to pray. So go ahead. And he can pray, you guys. I love the way he prays, you guys. It's crazy. But the more I talk to him, the more I started to notice that he had unresolved feelings from his ex. So he was looking for a rebound. You guys know what a rebound is, right? So ask. And if it's just like, if they stay with their exes for like the past 3 years and then they just broke up recently, you're definitely a rebound. You're a tool to make them forget about their exes. This relationship might work or might not work, but you're always going to be a tool. So I realized that, but he was an awesome man overall, and he didn't mean harm. You know, throughout this, sometimes we just do it with our eyes closed, and we get fooled by the chemical. And I know I'm pretty. uh, right? I am pretty. I can make you forget. But like the pretty, God made me. God made me this way. This is not being to. This is not to be prideful or anything. But anyway, oh my God, I talked for a long time, but I'm loving this video, you guys. I have to go pick up my cousin from the airport. So I gotta finish right now. My cousin's coming for the weekend. Hey, hey. Yeah, I gotta go pick up my cousin. And then, where was I? Okay, so yeah. So we were talking about wedding. And then he probably thinks that I'm a weirdo by now. And I don't believe him, you know. I want what I want. I don't care about the trend. I don't care about what other people want. I don't care about the tradition if it's not for me. I love the tradition, but only if I agree with it. Only if the Bible agrees with it. Only if Jesus agrees with it. So I don't go with the crowd. Well, I try not to. Pray for me, you guys. So anyway, that happened. And we talked about that. And then he started talking about, sex and stuff. So he invited me to his house, though. He invited me to his house. So he asked me like what I would prefer. I was like, oh, we can cook because I love to cook. I know I could buy the ingredients and come to your house and then cook. And he said, yay, I can't wait. Okay. So, and then he was like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this for me. I can't believe you're doing this for me. It's like forcing me to choose him kind of energy that give me, because I do it for me. I do it because it makes me happy. That's what I told him. It's not because I'm madly, crazily in love with you that I'm cooking, because that's how he took it. Oh, she's in love with me. No, I do it for me. It makes me happy to cook and to feed people. And since we're getting closer, it's just, my my normal thing to do is to cook and feed people. I love doing that. You know, I don't reward you because you're good. I don't punish you because you're bad. I can ignore you, I could just block you. But this is just me. So I told him I'm not in love with you. I'm in love with life. I'm in love with Jesus. And if I come cook for you, because he was just mentioning, I can't believe you're doing this for me. I can't believe you're doing this for me. I'm like, thank you. It's okay after it's cooked. Oh, this is so tasty. This is yummy. But I didn't do it for him. Am I being difficult, you guys? I do it because it makes me happy. I cook for my 5-year-old neighbor. It's fine. I can cook and give to the homeless people. I love everybody. So don't feel special. Everybody is special in my book. But like my husband, the king is the king. That what makes him different is like he can order anything in the menu or not in the menu. The king, that's his restaurant. My kitchen is the king's restaurant. But anyway, That's how I am with my friends too. When we used to go like clubbing and stuff at 3 a.m. in the morning, I cook and then we eat together. So it is my love language generally. It's not because I'm madly, crazily in love with you, but I think he took it that way. And then he started, it was Saturday, so this was a week before we made the plan. And then he started making excuses like, oh, I'm supposed to fill paperwork for my parents and I'm planning to do it on Saturday. I'm like, okay, do you want to cancel Saturday then? And he said, that might be a good idea. And I said, okay, let's cancel it. I don't trust people like I told you. And I wasn't doing it for him. If I was doing it for him, I would have been disappointed. Right? And I love his honesty. So that happened and he canceled. And then after 3 days, he didn't call. So I texted him, hi, how are you? And he said, I'm doing good, just busy. So if a person saying that, he's avoiding you. So I didn't do any text after that. I stopped. It's been months since then. And he didn't even call me back yet. And he blocked me on the internet thingy. Oh, the thing that I didn't tell you though, he was talking about sex and stuff. So I told him I'm celibate right now. I'm waiting until marriage, so I don't want to have sex with anybody until I get married. And he was like, wow, that's really honorable. And I was like, thank you. And one time he was like, oh, not even a kiss. And he was right here to kiss me. And I'm like, no. Like, Christian man wouldn't care about your purity, but a man of God would protect it at all costs. Like if you say you're a celibate, you're not having sex or you're not kissing anybody. If it's a man of God and you're like, oh, I might be an exception and do it for you, he would refuse it because he's a leader. This is the difference. If it's a Christian man, he would just do it. You know what I mean? When you are weak, if it's a man of God, he's stronger. And when he's weak, if you're a woman of God, you're stronger. You can't be stronger like all the time, but you would cover each other. You know what I mean? He knows what's really important for you, and you know what's really important for him. You don't try to give him the poisonous apple. You would say, no, calm down. This is that. Or you just listen, you just shut up and listen. So even if on the first day, he should start protecting what you honor, what you're saying that you between this my celibacy journey is almost 6 years, guys. I did make a mistake once, and it's completely totally my fault, but it was a guy that was really Christian, that was really into Jesus. It was with him, and it was both our faults, right? And I did not regret not like doing it. Even I called him and say, you know what, God was trying to teach us something, so there's no hard feelings towards you, but let's take a lesson from now on. That's what I said to him, because he was so regretting everything. I mean, he doesn't hate me, we're no longer friends, but I love him and he loves and respect me. It was just a mistake, and it was a little while back. And then you just start your journey again. It's not about the years, the counting, but did you get rid of all the soul ties that you are tied to? That's the thing. Do you pray every day? Is it getting you closer to Jesus? So you can start any day, and then if you make a mistake, you can redo it again. And yeah, and date people that are not into their emotions a lot, that can win their mind, that the people that knows they are above what they think. You know, there's a saying like, I think, therefore I am. I don't agree with it. No, we're air conscious human beings. We're not animals. You know, an animal can think too. A dog can think too. That's why they love you when you give them food. But we're humans, and we're here to protect each other. And when it comes to a man and a woman, that is like it should be your other self. That's how I put it. You should love them the way you love yourself. I mean, that's to everybody, but your man and your woman should be your soul friend. Otherwise, stay single like me. I hope I did not leave anything, you guys. It's been almost an hour. Listen to this video while you're like washing dishes or driving and stuff. That's how I listen to like really long videos like this while driving, while I wash dishes or stuff. That's when I listen to this kind of videos. I know you're probably busy at work and stuff, but I wanted to put everything that I know out there, and I hope I covered everything. If not, I'm just gonna write notes as usual on the screen. I gotta go pick up my kuzos. I love you guys. Till next time, peace be with you, and don't forget, no one is above you and no one is below you. Okay? Love you.